I remember being deeply influenced by my stuffed animals. I used to wonder why an inanimate material could make me believe it had a personality. And then also, growing up in Newport, Rhode Island, I was raised on the musical fields of the Jazz and the Folk Festival. And I was influenced by the whole multicultural exposure that I had to people from all over the world and all kinds of music. And also my family were amateur musicians, so music was always going on. Once I realized I was a sculptor in my 20s, I loved looking at musical instruments and I saw them as figurative pieces. I found myself also getting interested in learning how to make them, and I met someone who was an instrument maker, studied what was a surprising field to me, which was ancient instruments, and learned how to make the basic things like the slit drum, the kalimba, the ocarina, which is the vessel flute, and just percussive sounds, aerophones. And in the process of making them, I would see them as figurative opportunities, or opportunities compositionally, and I started creating animal forms out of the architecture of the instrument, and that led to this field called sound sculptures. Working with David is a major treat because he's a virtuoso percussionist who plays for deeply personal and spiritual reasons, and he sees the voice and pulls out the voices of the piece, voices I didn't even know they had. So for some fortuitous reason, my impulses and his sculpturally and his impulses musically really jived, and he started using them in his performances, and we started collaborating on various sculptures together, and we do educational programs together. I'm testing them out. I'm having this kind of meditational, subliminal musical experience. Sometimes I get pulled back into another time frame. Ancient instruments make me think of ancient times, and it takes me into very personal feelings. It takes me into universal feelings. Myths come up a lot. It takes me just to a lot of places.
Visit our websites at phatliterature.org. Meet the poets and writers who make it happen, and the IAAS.org, celebrating cultural diversity, a starting point for all of our websites and programs. Visual Signatures is produced by the Intercultural Alliance of Artists and Scholars, Incorporated.